compliment. For that, I thank you.
What is happening now? They are homeless and hungry.
Now it's time for us to stand up for God or we fall for nothing.
It's time now for Radio Cayman's Talk Today. If you're ready to talk, we're willing to listen.
Cayman Islands' foremost listeners participation program.
Radio Cayman's Talk Today.
Listening to the general public, what the public is saying.
And good afternoon. Welcome to Talk Today. Catherine Tyson Sewell. I'm sitting in for Sterling this afternoon. Hope you guys are having a great afternoon. It's doing its Cayman thing out there. It was a broiling hot sun this morning, and then it was raining. So I went into one building, hot, and I came out thinking, where's my umbrella? Anyway, we're going to have a great show. Stay tuned. We'll be back with more Talk Today.
Talk Today is brought to you by Subway, open 24 hours in Countryside, Anderson Square in Georgetown, and Centennial Towers in West Bay. And by the Ministry of District Administration. Explore your history, explore your land, explore your sister islands. And Cayman Airways. Call them on 949-2311 to book your nonstop flights to Los Angeles and Panama. And now, Barbados. And Digicel, Cayman's bigger, better network.
Radio Cayman's Talk Today, the Cayman Islands' foremost listeners participation program. We ask our listeners to avoid statements or comments which are abusive, derogatory, malicious, or defamatory. Do not use any indecent language or make any statement which is false or misleading. Email talktoday@candw.ky or call 1-800-534-8255.
Courtesy of Live Communication.
Let your voice be heard.
Radio Cayman's Talk Today.
And welcome back to Talk Today. Good afternoon, everyone, and thank you so much for joining me this afternoon. This is Catherine Tyson Sewell. I am sitting in for Sterling this afternoon. I don't know what kind of vacation he's having because he texted me whole day. I got this guest. I want this. This guest wants to come on 12:15. Do you have a 1 o'clock? Sterling, take a little break and enjoy your vacation. Send the stuff to Susan. Let her deal with it. Susan, how are you? Good, good. It's always great sitting across from you. You guys have no idea what kind of support Radio Cayman has in here. And I'm always excited when I'm here because I have the beautiful Susan or a Silver Fox or somebody doing the technical stuff. Like it all just doesn't happen by little rats, you know. It's like actual people that are working and delivering every day for you. So thank you so much for tuning in to Talk Today. I just want to let you guys know when you turn on your radio and you're expecting to hear Talk Today that there's a lot that's being put into it to just make it happen. Anyway, of course, we want to hear from you. 949, what is that number again? 949-6990. Yes. You can always call in with a comment or a question. And there's a WhatsApp. You have the WhatsApp, Susan? Because I don't have it. Make sure. Okay, 925-3261. So if they WhatsApp and I don't have the phone, well, there you go. 925-3261. Susan will send me the message, okay? But yes, you can always call. I do have some guests in the studio, so I'm going to go ahead and get to them because they're looking at me like, what is this? Can you get to us, please? We're here to talk about stuff. We have some Rotary people in the studio, but there's a lot of Rotary people. This one in particular is Rotary Central. So I'm quite excited that we have established who they are, and they're here to talk about some good stuff. I have Mr. Paul Arbo, who is the current president of Rotary Central, as well as Mr. Ravi Kapoor, who is one of the past presidents and no stranger to the Cayman public. Good afternoon, gentlemen.
Good afternoon, Catherine.
Afternoon, Catherine.
All right. So you're here to talk about the theme of Diabetes Awareness Month and some other stuff. Let's get it started.
That's right. So just a reminder or maybe first-time information for people that November is Diabetes Awareness Month. The 14th, which is Tuesday, I believe, in a couple of weeks, is actually World Diabetes Day. And the theme this year is Take Charge of Tomorrow, Preventing Diabetes Health Problems. In conjunction with that, Rotary Central is hosting our 12th annual Diabetes Awareness Month health screening tomorrow. One of our signature events on our calendar. one of 3 health screenings we do annually. I'll get to the other ones later, but let's focus on tomorrow for the time being. That will be running from 10 a.m. tomorrow morning until 2 p.m. in the afternoon, 4 hours consecutive. 2 locations on island. That's A.L. Thompson's in Georgetown, and costs you less up at Governor Square. So we'll have a team of, I think our numbers are over 65 volunteer Rotarians, members of the public who are helping out with the health screenings, various healthcare professionals, so a handful of doctors, a bunch of nurses, a couple of student nurses I saw on the list, some medical technicians. So a big team, 30, 35 at each location. And we generally put through a little over 300 people in the course of a day between the 2 locations.
All right.
And the screenings that will be happening will be specific to diabetes this time around. So our other health screenings have a wider scope in terms of the health conditions that they're screening for, but this one is specific to diabetes.
Okay.
Yeah.
And so at these 2 locations, you'll actually be screening people that are shopping, that are interested, that they can just come to those locations. And what is the screening what does it look like? What will happen?
Well, there's various things that are involved in the screening. We do tests for cholesterol, hemoglobin, weight management, height, weight is taken, blood sugar. Key thing is that you do not have to fast for this. This is a 90-day testing program, which is very accurate. So you come in, get your self-tested. It takes about 5 minutes to go through the process. And you get results and information there. And if there's an issue, we have doctors on site, pharmacists on site, who can then help you as to what you should do for the next steps.
Oh, wow. So this is a absolutely free training?
Absolutely free.
Okay. And they get their results on site?
On site.
And then they also have the professionals that can advise them beyond that?
Correct.
All right. Interesting. So are you setting up like a little station at both of these places?
Oh, yes. It's we've been doing this for, this one, I think, 12th year now. We've been doing it. When we first started, we went through teething issues because, you had to get people on board. But now, for instance, when we contact people in the medical field that we're doing this thing, people volunteer immediately. Yeah, I'll come and help you this Saturday. I can do this. Like President Paul has said, we get around 300 plus people who go through each time on this screening. What is gratifying in a way is that we always get a number of very critical cases.
Okay.
We had a situation a few years ago, I think about 4 or 5 years ago, a 6-year-old child came with her mother. Mother got tested, and the child, she said, okay, let me get the child tested too. And the child was saying, oh, this looks interesting. When they took her blood pressure reading, it was through the sky.
Oh, wow.
For a 6-year-old, and we recommended that she be taken immediately to the emergency room because you might say that the person was inside was like a ticking time bomb.
Right.
What would happen in terms of a stroke or something else to a 6-year-old, one cannot imagine.
Right, right.
And because it is free, it's not putting pressure on people's health insurance and other areas to get the testing done. They can go away either knowing that they have to do something about it or knowing that what they're doing is doing good.
Okay, that's great. And you mentioned cholesterol. So what are some of the other tests? Again, repeat that. So diabetes is for the screening for that.
Right.
Primarily.
So we do blood sugar testing, blood pressure testing, HbA1c, which tells the average blood sugar level, cholesterol, hemoglobin, which tests for iron, and then also weight assessment, which is then followed by consultation with the doctor. And there's also, we have pharmacists on board also who can then work with medication where necessary.
Okay. I mean, this is really great because I think, like you're saying, it's a free screening. So if I don't have to worry about it being a pressure on my insurance, but also maybe I don't have insurance and I don't have, kind of money to do something like that, to be able to get access to this type of testing, I think this is really awesome for the community. And this is the 12th time you're doing this. Is the 12th annual. So every year you do this.
Correct.
This is awesome. This is good. So this would be your first time around with it?
As president, yes, yeah. So.
Okay. And so you have your support not only from your Rotarians, but also from the health community and everything.
Correct, yes. They've been great over the years in stepping up. Like PP Ravi said, we had maybe a slow start a few years back. It was a much smaller project for us, just something we were kind of trying on and trying to provide a valuable resource to the community, and it's really grown, and that's really on the back of not just the Rotary Club, but the support we get from the healthcare professionals and general community as well. I think there's something like 8 or 10 just kind of members of the general public who aren't healthcare professionals. Maybe they come to our club meetings every now and then, but they're not Rotarians, and they're showing up to help out tomorrow as well. So
yeah, this is really good. I'm just thinking for people that don't like to go to the doctor too. Right. You know, I'm not going to say that's more men than women. That, you know, I'm not going to say that, but
you don't have to.
But you know, to just be that accessible and say, all right, let me just check it out. You know, and obviously the 6-year-old, who would have thought, right, that the 6-year-old would have had this high blood pressure, for instance, and then you find that out. So that was really a saving grace type of thing. Yeah,
it's usually about 2 to 4 people, I think, every time we do this that we either say, you need to go to the hospital right now, or say, you know, we rely on them to do this when they leave, but definitely get to see your doctor or go to the ER as soon as you can, because your numbers are kind of scary. So.
Right. And in terms of the theme, take charge of tomorrow, that's awesome too, right? You're preventing the diabetes health problems, but instead of waiting until it's at that point where you need to start fixing or, you know, now working with it or treating it, you're actually trying to prevent it.
Right.
So that's good as well.
I might mention too that the pharmacists that will be on site, I think we have a couple at each site. They're all trained diabetes resource clinicians, and that's a program we've done. We've hosted in 2012 and again in 2020, I believe, just before COVID. We actually hosted an event that saw pharmacists and other healthcare professionals from the 10 island countries, which comprise our District 7020 in Rotary. They came to Cayman and received some training in terms diabetes specific training in terms of becoming I'm trying to think what it's called again, diabetes resource clinicians. Yes.
Okay, that's great. We're going to take a quick break. We'll be back with more, so you guys are staying along with me. All right, I'm here with Rotary Central. We are talking about an initiative that they're doing for diabetes awareness, and it's the Awareness Month, and the day of diabetes awareness is November 14th. So they're doing, what are you calling it? What is it that you're calling it? Is it a diabetes clinic, or
tomorrow's event is our annual diabetes health screening.
Okay, yes. So we're talking about that. I'm Catherine Tyson Sewell, and you're listening to Talk Today. Stay tuned. We'll be back with more.
Find your dream car with a Cayman National Vehicle Loan. Enjoy 100% financing, up to 8-year repayment, and a 7% fixed interest rate for the first 5 years. For eco-friendly cars, we'll waive your commitment fee. This only applies to new vehicles until December 31st, 2023. Call 949-8300 or email lending@caymannational.com today.
You know, as a little girl, I dreamt of traveling to faraway places and foreign lands. I tell you what though, no more dreaming. I'm going flying with Cayman Airways. How blessed are we in the Cayman Islands to have a very own national airline? Girl, you can fly to so many international destinations without the hassle of connecting flights. On top of Jamaica, Cuba, and Honduras, you got non-stop flights from Cayman to New York, Miami, Tampa, and even Denver, Los Angeles, Panama, and child, they now have Barbados. Going to be a little cafe con leche and Hollywood Squares for this old gal.
Make your travel dreams come true with Cayman Airways, offering non-stop flights for non-stop adventures in Panama, LA, and many more places in between. For details and to book, call 949-2311, contact a travel agent, or visit CaymanAirways.com.
Ladies and gentlemen, have you heard the news? Digicel is back with exciting offers that are too good to resist. Activate one of our brand new prepaid or postpaid plans today and experience telecommunications like never before. With more data, dedicated entertainment options like Netflix, YouTube, Spotify, and endless social text data for all your favorite platforms. Digicel is here to make sure you stay connected and entertained. Whether you are on a prepaid or postpaid, you will also enjoy dedicated roaming data for the USA, Canada, and the Caribbean. It's all about value, and Digicel has got you covered.
Brand Source Home Gallery 54th birthday celebration with store-wide savings. Save on appliances, faucets, tubs, toilets, shower doors, vanities, kitchen cabinets, custom closets, and more. Starting Monday, November 6th, save 30%. Monday, November 13th, the savings will drop to 20%. And Monday, November 20th, they will drop to 10%. It pays to shop early and save more. Brand Source Home Gallery 54th birthday celebration savings on now through November 25th. Dorsey Drive Industrial Park. Call 623-5000 for more details.
Tune in Monday through Friday at 7 a.m. and 10 p.m. for the Daily Sports Report, covering local, regional, and international sports. Proudly brought to you by Dr. Wayne Porter, offering a full-service dermatology and dermatological surgery practice. Call 946-9020 to book your appointment today.
Listening to the general public.
Cayman Islands' foremost listeners participation program.
Radio Cayman's Talk Today.
Because
There are more questions than answers.
waiting to take your calls right now.
What the public is saying.
And welcome back to Talk Today. Catherine Tyson Sewell, your host. I'm sitting in for Sterling this afternoon, and we are speaking to Rotary Central. We're talking about World Diabetes Day, which is on November 14th, and it's actually Diabetes Awareness Month. And on one of my little motivational things that I read, like, you know, tips for a good life, not short, a good life, is to focus on what you can control. That is one of the things on the list. And as I'm thinking about that, I'm thinking it makes so much sense what we're talking about today. You know, some things you can't control, but some things you are in control of. And getting yourself tested or, you know, screened at one of the stations that you're going to be having tomorrow would be one of the things that you can control. So if you have not, done a diabetes screen for yourself in a while, or you don't know, or you have an idea, this would be a great time to do it, right?
Absolutely.
Sounds good. I'm here with President of Rotary Central, Mr. Paul Arbo, as well as a past president, Mr. Ravi Kapoor, and that's what we're talking about today. We're talking about diabetes health screen tomorrow, but we're also talking about some other things. So, gentlemen, we'll get into some more conversation about this. What is Rotary's role then in fighting this disease?
So we've one of our members, Zelta Gale, is a nurse at HSA, and she's been really a driver behind this the health screening effort, all told, but the specific diabetes angle to it. We did have a district governor in our district probably about 5 or 6 years ago that made diabetes a focus of her year. Every district governor every year gets to pick a theme and what they're going to concentrate on, one or two different areas, and this one was diabetes. And even though we were doing this event previous to that, I think that year certainly took a big leap as well, because we had the district behind us in terms of helping us with some of the resources as well. So, and that led to the second round of training that I mentioned in 2020 to qualify different diabetes healthcare technicians, clinicians from across the region in terms of the pharmacists.
Now, what is the connection with Jamaica, Belize, and Cayman in terms of the Rotary Central's role? Are you guys working together on this?
So there's two other programs I mentioned in terms of health screenings. There's this one that we do every year that's very much kind of centralized to Georgetown, and I guess Cochilas is Southwest Bay, isn't it, technically? So, and then the one we do, and I believe it's slated for March 2nd of next year, 2024. That's an island-wide event, so we have locations out in Savannah. We still have Cochilas and A.L. Thompson's.
Yep, and then we have we also do West Bay.
Mm-hmm.
We do, like you mentioned, we do Savannah. So it's right across Grand Cayman, at different locations.
Okay.
And there is talk this year that we're going to try to get up to North Side or out to East End. So fingers crossed that we can make that happen. But that health screening is more of a general health screening, so it covers a lot more testing. It's not just specific to diabetes, so a wider panel of tests, if you will.
All right, that's awesome. So another question I have about, and I'd like you to explain. We joke about there's a lot of Rotaries going on. I know I think there's about 4, if I'm not mistaken.
4 Rotary now and 1 Rotary Club. Yes.
Okay. So who is Rotary Central?
So I always start my 30-second elevator pitch with, we're the ones with bus shelters.
Okay.
So we have 99 bus shelters across the island now that are providing shelter for people waiting for buses. We raise a lot of funds for our different projects by selling advertising in those bus shelters. But we're also the club that does the health screenings and the science fairs.
And we also sponsor Junior Achievement.
Correct.
Okay.
This year it started now with kind of a handover going to the Chamber of Commerce kind of transition period. But we started that in 1991.
I know they were always kind of connected to it in some way, the
Yes.
chamber. So now you're actually just handing it over to them now?
Yeah. So it's started from latter part of that last year. But I've been on the board now since 1991. I've been trying to escape.
All right.
But you go through the program.
You've grown up with the program.
Yeah, it's and it's you see for instance kids, so to speak, coming in and then 15, 18 weeks later you look at them, you can say they've matured, they're actually achievers, they've developed skills, and over the last 25, 30 years you're now looking at them being productive members of the community.
Right.
And many of those who've gone through the program are now coming back as advisors.
Nice.
On the program.
Which is how it should be, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
So it's so that's another part of it. We were a major impetus in the past also for the literacy program in Cayman, and also with the literacy program at the prisons. We're also nicknamed the Working Club.
Okay.
So we are prepared to get our hands dirty on projects. After Ivan, we started programs on helping people get their roof back on, get their windows back in. We were actually out in the field working pretty much every day.
Okay.
So we're active.
So the fact that there are 4 different ones and then that there wasn't a reason that everybody didn't come together as one, or it's just.
Well,
that's just the question.
It's a good question, and the key thing here is the clubs have developed now to 4 clubs based on time and numbers. The first club was the Rotary Club of Grand Cayman. They used to originally meet at the Royal Palms Hotel when it was a hotel, and then moved on to other places. But as numbers have grown, there was also the issue that there's no central place that can take large numbers. So if you've got 50 or 60 people, you can accommodate. But if you were to now have 200 people from all the clubs, there's just no way that we could meet at any one place.
Right.
Practically. And then you've also got timing. So for instance, you've got a lunchtime club, you've got a breakfast club, and you have 2 evening clubs on different days.
Okay.
So that people have a choice as to what is comfortable for their time schedule.
Right.
To be active in participation.
But are you still connected?
Yes.
Okay. So you're all under one body?
We are under one umbrella of Rotary International.
Okay.
We have our own individual projects, but we also get together on major issues.
Okay.
Jointly.
Yeah, because I could just imagine it could be a little competitive at some point, like our club's better than yours type of thing.
All friendly competition.
All friendly
Okay, good. Good
Given that it's
stuff.
November too, I'd probably get beat up if I didn't, by my team, if I didn't mention this. We're also the Music Extravaganza Club, so we're currently selling our raffle tickets.
It sounds like y'all got some bragging
those.
rights in here is what it sounds like. Sounds like Rotary Central is doing what they're supposed to do. And what time does Rotary Central meet?
So we're a Tuesday evening club.
You're one of the evening clubs.
Yeah, the meeting starts at 7:30, and so we encourage members to get there 6:30 or 7, depending on how much.
Are you
fellowship
open
want.
for new members at any time? Because I know one of them is always inviting me.
Right.
I think that I'm not going to name that one, but that one's always like, "Come on, just show up," you know. But you guys aren't the "come on, show up" group.
We're definitely open to walk-in traffic, but
Okay.
Generally speaking, the Rotary model is that someone needs to kind of invite you. And,
yeah.
But you can give a nudge, and if you know a Rotarian.
If you're interested, then you let a Rotarian know, and then they will make arrangements to invite you to meetings. And once you get to see the meetings and what you're going to be needing to commit to being a member, then we take it from there.
Okay, sounds good. All right. I'm a social worker too, so at the time I was like, that's what I do for a living every day. I'm not coming to this Rotary stuff. I live Rotary, that's my life. But now things are a little different, so I might consider.
Oh, definitely. We'd love to have you.
Yes, for sure. Thank you all so much for joining me and talk today. I am speaking with the president of Rotary Central, the new president, Mr. Paul Arbo, as well as Ravi Kapoor, who's the past president. We do have a caller on the line, so we'll go to the phones. Good afternoon, caller. You're on Talk Today.
Good afternoon to you and your guests. Are we all doing good?
Good. How are you?
Just have a good. I just wanted to add my appreciation of Rotary's work as well. And the new club is also, what's it called? Rotary Sunset.
That's correct.
It's also a convenient time. So if you want to do an evening club, that's a good time for you.
Right.
But specifically on the diabetes issue, I just wanted to mention a few things quickly. Obviously, it's a major issue here in Cayman. It's something that can be preventable. It's something that can be treated, but it's become a chronic problem here for many people. And I just have a few quick suggestions. Awareness is great. I think everyone is well aware of the problem. But I think there needs to be a better link between the medical services and the patients and their families. For instance, I don't know if the Diabetes Association is even active anymore. I haven't heard of it in years. But at any doctor's visit, I think it should be routine for any patient to have their blood checked when they're being triaged, because a lot of people don't know they're diabetic, or they're diabetic and they're ignoring it, or it's, they can't afford medication and it's way out of hand, and before, they have to get something amputated or some major crisis, there could be some intervention if they were checked a bit more frequently. And of course, the public health is there, but I'm not sure how active they are specifically in diabetes, communications with patients. But just thought I'd throw that out in addition to all the good work Rotary and others are doing. So thank you.
Thank you so much. Appreciate that call. I saw you writing, Mr. Ravi, so you're taking down some of those notes.
I wholeheartedly agree. I've been in the insurance business for 25 plus years, including on the health side, and I have been a strong proponent on getting regular annual checkups done.
Right.
People don't realize that even on your basic SHIC-1 plan, there are provisions for checkups. It's not a lot, but there's for checkups and also for testings. And if people get an annual checkup, and key in that checkup is getting your blood test done, you may not be happy to see if an issue arises, but if an issue arises and you're able to deal with it early rather than later, it is both a blessing in that you can manage and control things, and at the same time, it is not costing a huge expense as to what even your out-of-pocket will be if a major health issue occurs later on.
Absolutely.
It's not a lot, but I wholeheartedly agree. If there was a program, and maybe something we can think about, to annualize people's annual checkups done. For insurance companies also, some may not think of it that way, but from having worked in the business, it'll be a huge saving. It's better to have $100 to spend now to have someone tested and checked out, rather than having to spend out $50,000 in claims to treat them later on.
Yeah, and I can tell you, even if someone doesn't have health insurance, getting health insurance is actually better than not having health insurance and then something happening to you and you end up in the hospital. And I mean, that can be crazy, you know, because you might end up with a $10,000, $20,000, $30,000 bill because you didn't have insurance for a couple of $100 a month, right? I know that Health City, for instance, has like an executive health check at least once a year. And I think other clinics and other hospitals that may be able to just do once a year and just get yourself checked, because you know prevention is better than cure.
Absolutely, and like the caller said, you know. Get the checkup done. And again, this is why we came up with the diabetes, because we saw a trend of people's health not being in the best condition. And if you notice, the head of public health announced just a day or two ago on obesity in Cayman of 7 out of 10.
Right.
I've been in Cayman now for 50 years, and you can see trends over there, because in the past, lifestyle, diet, all of those things were far different than they are today. Right. And it's, you can't ask people to make sudden drastic changes, but if you get them to do little changes each day, it can make a huge difference. But they need to have guidance on it, and getting testing done like what we're offering now is the first step.
Well, I think that's absolutely great. And you're taking it to the community, which is awesome as well. So you're making it accessible. We're going to take a quick break, but we'll come back and finish up with Rotary Central as we talk about the diabetes health screen and just your health in general and some of the stuff that Rotary Central is doing for the Cayman community. We'll be back with more talk today right after these messages.
They say variety is the spice of life. And that's why at Subway, we are introducing the new boneless hot sub. Say what? The premium sub brings new ingredients like spicy breaded boneless chicken, French's crispy fried onions, and buffalo wing sauce, bringing a zesty and flavorful experience with every bite. Add some of your favorite veggies, cheese, and ranch sauce of your choice of freshly baked bread for the ultimate boneless hot sub. For a little spice in your life, try the new boneless hot sub from Subway.
So good and tasty.
And make it a meal with a drink and chips or cookies. Subway. Eat fresh.
You know, as a little girl, I dreamt of traveling to faraway places and foreign lands. I tell you what though, no more dreaming. I'm going flying with Cayman Airways. How blessed are we in the Cayman Islands to have a very own national airline? Girl, you can fly to so many international destinations without the hassle of connecting flights. On top of Jamaica, Cuba, and Honduras, you got non-stop flights from Cayman to New York, Miami, Tampa, and even Denver, Los Angeles, Panama, and child, they now have Barbados. Going to be a little cafe con leche and Hollywood Squares for this old gal.
Make your travel dreams come true with Cayman Airways, offering non-stop flights for non-stop adventures in Panama, LA, and many more places in between. For details and to book, call 949-2311, contact a travel agent, or visit CaymanAirways.com.
Discover your dream home with Cayman National's home loan. Get up to 95% financing, repayment up to 40 years, and just a 0.5% commitment fee. Your interest rate? Depending on your risk factors, it'll be fixed or variable. Plus, you get a pre-approved credit card. This is a limited time offer. Dial 949-8300 or email lending@caymannational.com today.
Wouldn't it have been grand if you had purchased land 30 years ago? It may not be 2020, but a perfect vision has never been more clear. Cayman Brac and Little Cayman, poised for growth with an eye on the future. Your land, your history, your future. Discover all that our sister islands have to offer.
Ladies and gentlemen, have you heard the news? Digicel is back with exciting offers that are too good to resist. Activate one of our brand new prepaid or postpaid plans today and experience telecommunications like never before. With more data, dedicated entertainment options like Netflix, YouTube, Spotify, and endless social text data for all your favorite platforms. Digicel is here to make sure you stay connected and entertained. Whether you are on a prepaid or postpaid, you will also enjoy dedicated roaming data for the USA, Canada, and the Caribbean. It's all about value, and Digicel has got you covered.
Need a nibble to make it to dinner time? Introducing Sneaky Snackies at Burger King. Every item under $3, including the all-new Chicken Junior. Grab a bite from BK without breaking the wallet. And late-night snackers can get yours at 7 Mile Beach or Red Bay, open till midnight Thursdays and 1 a.m. Fridays and Saturdays.
But I'm a sneaky snacker. What the heck am I doing here? It's not even lunchtime.
Sneaky Snackies at Burger King. All items under $3. View the menu at burgerking.ky.
Listen to the general public.
Your thoughts are just a telephone call away. 1-800-534-8255.
What the public is saying.
Let your voice be heard. And now,
Radio Command's Talk Today.
And welcome back to Talk Today. Catherine Tyson Sewell. I'm sitting in for Sterling this afternoon. Thank you so much for joining us this afternoon. I am in the studio with the Rotary Central representatives, the president himself, Mr. Paul Arbo, and Ravi Kapoor, who is a past president of Rotary Central. And I just got a WhatsApp that said, congratulations to the new president.
Oh, thank you.
So I don't know how new you are, but when did you get voted?
July 1, I took
pretty
power.
New. Yeah. All right. Well, congratulations. Also on the WhatsApp message was just pointing out that one of your, is it 100 bus shelters you said you
1900.
had?
One shy.
Okay.
If people would stop running into them, we'd be over 100.
Where is that one? Okay. So, yeah. So one of them might be in a particular area that you want to look into. And you guys you said you like the feedback. You need the feedback. We're going to forward that message to you guys so you can send it on to the is it public transport people or who is it?
We do consult with them when we're placing the bus shelters, but of course there's going to be ongoing feedback from the public that we do love to take on board. So, so thank you for that.
But definitely one of the things that was said during the break as well is that bus drivers need to be very mindful when they're pulling out and when they're driving that, people are on the road. People need to be safe also. And I know I see some little things on the road with the bus drivers and I'm just like, come on. Just because you're bigger than me doesn't mean you need to behave this way. Come on, look to the left, look to the right. Use your rear view mirror. Stop, doing that. And it's we're making a joke about it, but it's pretty serious.
You could do a 3-hour show on that, I'm sure.
3 hour, a couple of weeks, especially if they start calling in. Thank you guys so much, though, for joining me this afternoon. We're talking about, in particular, tomorrow. So let's remind the public what is happening tomorrow.
So tomorrow from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. at Cost-U-Less and the A.L. Thompson's location in Georgetown, we're having our annual Diabetes Awareness Month health screening. And it's a program of tests, about a half dozen 6 or 8 tests that we run participants through. It's completely free. As PP Ravi mentioned before, there's no fasting required beforehand. If you're at either place or near either venue, and again, that's Cost-U-Less and A.L. Thompson's here in town, pop in and you get a free health screening, and we're checking specifically for diabetes and related diseases.
And it takes about 5 minutes, you say?
5 to 10 minutes.
5 to 10 minutes.
But because we have numbers there so that you'll get your height, weight done. We'll help you with registration, pass you through. You get your testing done. The doctors are right there. They can then follow up with it. Pharmacists are there. Prescription can be done on the spot with the doctors.
That sounds good.
So that you don't have to spend a lot of time in lines and so on.
Right.
Yeah, sounds like a good little husband drop-off spot. When
Exactly.
I just go to shop, you take care of him for 10, 15 minutes. I'm going to go grab some stuff.
Absolutely.
I'm sure he'll be happy about it because it'll be only 10, 15 minutes that I'm in a store.
Of course.
Right? But, and then you kind of kill two birds with one stone. You get your health screen done. And, definitely with the theme of Diabetes Awareness Month being Take Charge of Tomorrow, preventing diabetes health problems. So many people are suffering from diabetes and other related issues, especially, just coming off of this big pandemic. There's a lot of health issues going on, and we need to be more mindful of our health now and to do whatever we can to take control of it, right? So if that means that we get screened early and we can learn about something and try to fix it, that would be the best thing.
Yep.
Absolutely.
We have some sponsors and volunteers we need to thank before our time is up too. So A.L. Thompson's and Costulas, of course, for giving us the space and the other support that both of those venues provide. HSA and staff, I mentioned that a big part of our 65 plus volunteers come from the healthcare community in Cayman, and a lot of those come from HSA. We have to thank Foster's Group, Health City Cayman Islands, Cayman Heart Fund, Cayman Islands Cancer Society, and Fast Signs, and of course Radio Cayman for having us on to talk about this.
Absolutely. That's what we're here to do. We're here to facilitate conversations, to ensure that the community is aware of what's going on. You all are out there doing amazing things. I also got a text, a personal text from one of my friends who's in one of the Rotary clubs, and she says, they're doing such amazing things. So I don't know. Y'all need to step up your game, maybe then. But like you said, it's good competition. It's not
Absolutely.
It's friendly competition, right? But isn't that the best competition to have? Well, I can help more people than you.
Right.
No, I'm going to help more people than you. No, I'm going to help more people. That just we cover everybody.
This is the satisfaction we get as we have it in other types of service clubs too. But here in Rotary and Rotary Central, we, for instance, Zelta Gale is the one who is a member who came up with the idea of the diabetes screening. In our club, we encourage people to come up with an idea, put a plan together, get a few people together, put a proposal to the board approves it, and next thing we know, we have a project on hand. We have many projects each month that we're doing, but we do it because at the end of each project, we have the satisfaction that, we accomplish what we planned out to do.
Right.
Results on some things may not be good, like, for instance, with health screening. But if we get 300 people screened and we find that 60 people have got diabetes and 5 are in critical condition, those 5, I believe, as well as the others, have had an opportunity for a lease of extending on their life because they found what the issue is and can deal with it immediately.
Right. So it's life-changing.
Yes.
For sure. Thank you, gentlemen, so much for joining me this afternoon. This has been a conversation with Rotary Central President Mr. Paul Arbo, as well as past President Mr. Ravi Kapoor. I can't say anything more about all the stuff that you're doing out there that we appreciate. And tomorrow's health screen, diabetes health screen, will be at A.L. Thompson and cost you less from 10 to 2. So get yourselves out there or take someone that you love out there, and it's absolutely free.
Yep.
Thank you all so much. And thank you for listening. And please stay tuned. We're going to take a break for news, and we'll be back with more Talk Today.
Today's biggest news.
Radio Cayman. Your voice, your choice. Local, regional, international. This is Headlines from Radio Cayman's newsroom.
Today's biggest news.
The headline news is brought to you by Health Services Authority and the Ministry of Tourism and Transport.
With your latest headlines, I'm Felicia Rankin-Solins. The Ministry of Education introduces the local TVET grant designed to equip Caymanians who have already completed their compulsory education with the essential skills and training they need to succeed in the field of technical vocational education and training. In international news, a woman has filed a sexual assault lawsuit against Aerosmith singer Steven Tyler, alleging she was assaulted twice in 1975 when she was 17. The legal case has been filed at New York Supreme Court. by Gianne Bellino, who says she suffered severe and permanent emotional distress. It follows a separate case filed by another woman last year. Tyler has denied all allegations in that lawsuit and has not yet commented on the claims. Colombia is to cull some of the 166 hippos descended from a herd owned by drug lord Pablo Escobar in the 1980s. Environment Minister Susana Mohammed said that 20 would be sterilized, others would be transferred abroad, and some would be euthanized. Experts have for years tried to control the hippo numbers. Escobar imported the animals for his private zoo at Hacienda Nápoles. They were left to roam after he was killed in a shootout with police in 1993. These are your headlines. I'm Felicia Rankin-Solins.
Today's biggest news.
Radio Cayman, your voice, your choice.
Local, regional, international. This is Headlines from Radio Cayman's newsroom.
Today's biggest news.
The headline news is brought to you by Health Services Authority and the Ministry of Tourism and Transport.
It's one of the best moments of your life when you welcome your baby into the world. The HSA's Experienced Women's Health and Maternity team provides the highest quality of care throughout your pregnancy and delivery. As a JCI accredited hospital, we are the leader in maternal care, safely delivering over 700 babies annually. Visit hsa.ky for more information. At HSA, we are committed to caring for you.
I am Heather Bodden, MP for Savannah and a lifelong advocate for the environment. Illegal dumping is a crime, so please take civic pride in our home and put litter where it belongs. If you see someone littering, report it to the Department of Environmental Health on 949-6696.
Be a part of the solution, not the pollution. Littering is a crime punishable by a $500 fine or 6 months in prison. Brought to you by the Beautification Task Force and Ministry of Tourism and Ports.
Radio Cayman is pleased to feature this special Sister Islands historical vignette brought to you by the Ministry of District Administration and Lands. Explore your history, explore your land, explore your Sister Islands. Captain Keith Parker Tibbetts, MBE, JP. Captain Keith Parker Tibbetts was born at Cotton Tree Bay in Kimmebrack on 15th October 1916 to James Nathaniel Tibbetts and Elsie Huldah Tibbetts, nee Hunter. His father, uncles, and paternal grandfather were highly respected in the island of Kimmebrack for their skill in carpentry and shipbuilding. In addition to this, his maternal grandfather was a master mariner. Coming from a family of carpenters and seamen and living near the family shipyard, he was involved in the shipbuilding trade from his early childhood. As a young student, he attended school at Cotton Tree Bay under the tutelage of Robert Mr. Bert Foster until Standard 6. And in 1928, at the age of 12, he learned to drive a car. This was part one of a special Sister Islands vignette series dedicated to Captain Keith Parker Tibbetts.
I'll be back. I've got 22 more days.
Radio Cayman is pleased to feature this special Sister Islands historical vignette brought to you by the Ministry of District Administration and Lands. Explore your history, explore your land, explore your Sister Islands.
Explore your history. Explore your land. Explore your Sister Islands, the ultimate staycation experience. Your culture, your freedom, the land that time forgot isn't gone. It's your Sister Islands.
Discover all that our Sister Islands have to offer.
Listen to the general public.
Your thoughts are just a telephone call away. 1-800-534-8255.
What the public is saying.
Let your voice be heard. And now,
Radio Cayman's Talk Today.
All right. Welcome back to Talk Today. Catherine Tyson Sewell, your host, sitting in for Sterling this afternoon. Sterling, you promised me a guest. I don't see him, so I'm going to have the chat till they get here. But tell me something now. When they get here, they're going to walk right into the studio. All right? So just know it, because in the meantime, you know, I'm just sitting here talking to myself, and that's never as much fun as it seems, but I do it anyway. 949-6990. Call me if you got a comment or if you want a question or something like that, do give us a call, or 925-3261 is the WhatsApp number. While I'm here, I'll just keep reminding you of some stuff. So, this month is International Men's Day month. So Cayman is celebrating the International Men's Month, but it's also International Men's Day on November 19th. We were just talking to Rotary Central about International, World Diabetes Day on November 14th. So a lot of things in November. And then tomorrow will be the Diabetes Health Screen. It will be at A.L. Thompson and Cosules from 10 to 2. So go ahead out there and get your diabetes health screen. It could save a life. It could change your life. It could enhance your life and take someone that you love and that out there. It's free. It takes about 5, 10, 15 minutes. And I was joking and say it could be a drop a husband off little station for a couple of minutes, ladies. So just as you are concerned about your husband to ensure that he's okay, or brother, sons, sisters, mothers, anyone, go out and get that free health screen 10 to 2. But let's talk a little bit about International Men's Month as well. You're Not Alone is the theme overall worldwide, but for Cayman, they've added You're Not Alone. Well, it's Zero Male Suicide. That is the overall International Men's Day theme. But the Cayman Islands has added You Are Not Alone, Zero Male Suicide. And of course, a couple of things happening. The Managing Financial Stress, the district financial workshops are happening every Wednesday for the month of November. So we have November 8th, John Gray Memorial Church Hall in West Bay. That's next week. The week after then, each consecutive Wednesday, there will be a district financial workshop. In East End, there'll be one on November 15th, and that's at the East End New Testament Church. And then on November 22nd, the following Wednesday after that, would be Georgetown, and that's at the Red Cross headquarters. And then November 29th, the last Wednesday in November, it will be in Bordentown at the Bordentown Library, and it's in partnership with Inspire Cayman, facilitated by Michael Miles. It'll be from 7 to 9, and you can register at frc@gov.ky. You can go to their website, which is frc.gov.ky, or you can follow them on Instagram at FRC Cayman or Facebook Family Resource Center. The admission is free. It's a sponsored financial workshop, and you get to learn practical strategies to managing your personal finances and build wealth. You can master the use of financial tools, which will change the trajectory of your finances for yourself and your family. And you can develop practical steps for financial success. So this is the Department of Counseling Services that's offering this in partnership with Inspire Cayman for your international one of the calendar of events for your International Men's Month. Also, there's a Paint and Sip on November 9th at the Art Nest Cayman. There's also a 3x3 basketball tournament on November the 12th. There's a Dress for a Cause, and this is on November 17th, a photo op at the Government Administration Building at 9:15. If you want to be in that photo, you can skedaddle there at that time and jump on those steps and get a little picture in. And you can wear your IMD shirt that you will purchase from FRC. You can go on the website, frc.gov.ky, to get your shirt, or call 949-0006, 949-0006. And then there's a parenting webinar on November 21st, and that is managing suicide risk factors. All right. And that's also going to be International Men's Day. For the actual day itself, there will be a church service, and stay tuned or go to the website and you'll find out where that church is going to be. And a State of Men and Boys Forum, the second annual one, will be on November 24th at the Marriott Hotel at 9 o'clock in the morning. That sounds exciting, as well as everything else. Go to frc.gov.ky to check all of that out for International Men's Day, International Men's Month. Want to also remind you that work is having a networking expo and construction showcase. That's going to be on November 7th at the UCCI Sir Vassal Johnson Multipurpose Hall. And there's going to be a morning session for schools only from 10 to 12:30. And then the afternoon session is open to the public, 1:30 to 6. There's going to be construction industry panel discussions. There's going to be networking expo job opportunities. So job seekers can go out there and check that out. There will be on-the-spot interviews. You can walk with your resume or just walk looking like you're trying to find a job, looking decent, looking nice. There's also transportation available for the afternoon sessions, and you can contact work.training@gov.ky to learn more or sign up to attend, or call 945-9672. So that's work, WORC.training, TRAINING, @gov.ky, or call 945-9672, and that is for the Networking Expo and Construction Showcase. Some of the goals of that event are, for the networking part of it, to showcase the career opportunities across a broad section of industries in the Cayman Islands, and to provide Caymanians with opportunities for networking with potential employers. Can't beat that. And the objectives for the construction showcase are to educate all the attendees about the advantages of the construction industry. So you think you know something about the construction industry? You have no idea. There are so many different things that you would be surprised about, and there will be booths set up. It'll be kind of like a job fair, but the construction industry. So if you want to know more, or if you want to, check out some job opportunities or just network, you want to just go out there. And it's also showcasing some career choices within the construction industry and the availability of those career opportunities in the Cayman Islands, and to also highlight successful Caymanians in the construction industry. That will be the panel discussions, and that's going to also be a great opportunity to hear people that have had success or have success right now in the construction industry, talking to you about how they got into it, why they got into it, what are some of the benefits, and some of the different opportunities. So that'll be good. You'll hear, true stories from actual people on the panel discussions, and also to provide opportunities for networking between potential employers and potential employees, along with the construction companies. Recruitment agencies will also be on site for the afternoon session to showcase the employment opportunities they have available for companies they represent, and to provide career guidance. Caymanian job seekers are encouraged to walk with their resumes, or just walk. Just get there. Right? It'll be an expo style. There'll be companies setting up booths to share information, and there's always little giveaways and stuff like that. There'll be 6 panels with Caymanians and established persons in the construction industry throughout the day. They'll be sharing their stories. They'll be fielding the questions from the audience, and then there's also opportunities for schools to attend. So it sounds awesome. I'm definitely thinking I'm going to be there for sure. Miss Allison invited me to set up a little booth, so I might be out there to help out. And I help with resumes and interview writing, and I do training as well for customer service, time management, all sorts of stuff. So I think there'll be a great opportunity to just be out there and meet people, and let people know about what is coming up in the construction industry. So if you're even looking for work, that would also be good. All right, I got a little flyer here. I'll just give you guys some information about November the 12th from 10 to 4 at the Sandbar. It's Cayman for Kids. Fundraiser breakfast and barbecue fun day in support of the Department of Children and Family Service, one-to-one. You can't see what that is. And looks like NCVO. So it will be at the Sandbar on November the 12th from 10 to 4. Sounds awesome. Okay, so if you guys are interested in doing that, that'd be awesome. I think we're going to take a little break. So I'm going to send this back to Susan and get some advertisers in, hear what they're doing, and we'll be back with more Talk Today right after these messages.
From boat days to beach gatherings, leave the catering to Subway. Choose from small and large sandwich platters, double meat wrap platters, and top it off with optional cookie platters for dessert. Or ask about our Subway box to go with the option of 6-inch or foot-long sandwich, 1 cookie, and 1 bag of chips for all occasions and celebrations. Let Subway focus on the food so you can focus on the fun. Visit subway.ky for catering options. Subway. Eat fresh.
You know, as a little girl, I dreamt of traveling to faraway places and foreign lands. I tell you what though, no more dreaming. I'm going flying with Cayman Airways. How blessed are we in the Cayman Islands to have a very own national airline? Girl, you can fly to so many international destinations without the hassle of connecting flights. On top of Jamaica, Cuba, and Honduras, you got non-stop flights from Cayman to New York, Miami, Tampa, and even Denver, Los Angeles, Panama, and child, they now have Barbados. Going to be a little cafe con leche and Hollywood Squares for this old gal.
Make your travel dreams come true with Cayman Airways, offering non-stop flights for non-stop adventures in Panama, LA, and many more places in between. For details and to book, call 949-2311, contact a travel agent, or visit CaymanAirways.com.
Find your dream car with a Cayman National Vehicle Loan. Enjoy 100% financing, up to 8-year repayment, and a 7% fixed interest rate for the first 5 years. For eco-friendly cars, we'll waive your commitment fee. This only applies to new vehicles until December 31st, 2023. Call 949-8300 or email lending@caymannational.com today.
You don't sound too good there, Bobo.
Yeah, you know how it is. If the kids back in school, every other week they coming out with something, and then I catch it.
Sound like it catch you. But for real, brother, flu season is here and COVID is still around. You gotta stock up on things like medicine, vitamins, and minerals for you and the kids. You know what they say, prevention is better than cure.
At ValueMed, our pharmacists can help manage flu symptoms and provide guidance on vitamins and minerals to best support you and your family's overall health. Visit ValueMed Pharmacy on Walkers Road or Town, or WhatsApp your questions and prescription refills to ValueMed on Walkers Road at 926-1662 or WhatsApp ValueMed in Town at 916-5511. Live happy, live healthy with ValueMed Pharmacy.
International Diabetes Federation records reflect 6.1 adults aged 20 to 79 years old in the Cayman Islands live with diabetes. 537 million adults the world over live with diabetes. November is World Diabetes Awareness Month. November 14th is World Diabetes Awareness Day, marking the birthday of Dr. Frederick Banting, the insulin co-discoverer. We, Rotary Central, along with the Health Services Authority, invite you to a free health screening: blood sugar, cholesterol, blood pressure, hemoglobin, A1C, BMI, and free physician's consultation. Saturday, November 4th, 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. 2 convenient locations: A.L. Thompson's Georgetown, cost you less Governor Square, West Bay Road. Mark this date that could change your life for better. Rotary Health Check, Saturday, November 4th. Rotary, creating hope in the world.
Take some advice from your Aunt Angie. Don't lie on your resume. Because if you say you've got trapeze experience, someone might shoot you out of a cannon and expect you to do a gymnast routine while flying through the air at 82 miles an hour. And just because you want to land on your feet doesn't mean you will. But if you're smart, you'll have CG medical insurance, so you get the best coverage for the price.
Get the best coverage for the price. CG Britke. Good like that. All benefits are subject to policy provisions, including eligibility at the time of service.
Listening to the general public.
The Cayman Islands' foremost listeners participation program.
Radio Cayman Talk Today.
Because
There are more questions than answers. Radio Cayman.
waiting to take your calls right now.
What the public is saying.
And welcome back to Talk Today. Catherine Tyson Sewell, your guest host for this afternoon, sitting in for Sterling. And I'm just, flying solo right now. So 949-6990. You can give us a call, or 925-3261. That is our WhatsApp number. 949-6990. Call us. 925-3261 for the little more shy ones that just want to say what they got to say and wait for an answer. There are more questions than answers for sure. All right, just reading a few little things here as I hang out alone. All right, so somebody was mugged outside the gas station, the same gas station that there was like a robbery, and the robber bumped his head in the door. Did you see that? A little video. It's craziness. Like, stop it. Just stop the stealing, please. There's so much jobs. Let's get jobs, people. No one really wants to go to work. We all want to stay home and do stuff. But we have to work in order for us to get stuff, keep stuff, take care of our stuff. So, let's stop that. But just be careful out there, especially with the holidays coming up. Be very, very careful. Somebody, she was actually, it's called a mugging, right? But her purse was pulled. So I was reading on one of the news sources, somebody just grabbed her purse and she held on to it and he kept pulling, and she had to eventually let it go. But it had money and her ID and her credit cards. At the end of the day, like, you don't want anybody to pull your stuff, because it just becomes a real pain to just know that somebody has your stuff. They're going through your stuff. That's what I think a lot of times. Right? Because even when I throw away letters and tearing them up in little pieces, because I don't want my Catherine Tyson stuff flying all over the people looking at my bill or something, this is how much she owe. All in my business. So just imagine somebody pulling your purse and they just have your stuff. And now they have your credit cards. You got to call. You have to cancel these things. You now have to go replace your license. Right? Suppose your passport's in there. It's all a pain. So it's not even the little money. So I would even say, if somebody bad enough to grab somebody's purse, take the little money and just drop the purse down. Take the purse to the police station. Drop it by the doors. Drive your car and throw it out. Do whatever. Just come on. It's just ridiculous now. But the holidays are coming and people want to buy gifts, and because the thing about it is, my grandmother would say, if you're not working, it don't mean you're not eating. You still want to eat. So how are you going to feed yourself? So, no. Also, I see that the liquor board has allowed the bar extension for New Year's Eve. So can party a little longer, bringing in the new year. Hope everybody is now starting to make their resolutions for the new year. Can you believe we just blinked and it was November? We blinked. And it is almost 2024. I just got used to writing 2023, on my stuff. And here comes the new year. So, so let's get prepared for that. It is flying by. Also want to congratulate Mr. Sean Bent, who has now been promoted to senior Cayman Airways captain. Now he's the chief pilot. So he was senior captain. Sean Bent is now the airline's chief pilot. Following a competitive selection process, Captain Bent started his new role November the 1st. And he's responsible for both the mainline operations and Cayman Airways Express. He has been with the national flag carrier for almost 2 decades and has been a captain on the B737 fleet since 2005. He's born in Georgetown, attended Cayman Islands High School before attending flight school at Bolivar Aviation in 1989 and joined Cayman Airways as a first officer. Congratulations to Mr. Sean Bent, Captain Sean Bent. I grew up with Sean, so very, very proud of him. He is a man of the soil. I was raised down the street with him in Walker's Road. Absolutely. Yes. Yes, he played with my brothers, and I would say that because they didn't let the boys and girls play too much together because my grandmother was very particular them days, and the boys were playing football and marbles and all kinds of fun stuff that we couldn't play them anyway. They didn't want nothing to do with us playing with them. But yeah, congrats to him. I'm very, very proud when I see or hear of somebody doing well, especially a Caymanian person, especially someone that you know. So really proud of him. Also, I want to ensure that you guys are invited to an upcoming book launch November 10th, 6:30 at Camana Bay. It's at Next Chapter. It was called Books and Books, and it is for none other than yours truly, Single Mama, Powerful, Not Pitiful. So I'd love to see you guys out there as we celebrate the launch of my book, Single Mama, Powerful, Not Pitiful, and that will be next week, Friday at 6:30 in the evening. So we'll be very excited to see you guys there. Had a great interview with Anita on Business Buzz. It was so awesome. It really was. And you can go check it out on YouTube. I just told my son, go listen to the interview. It was good. My kids. Which one? 6:30? When were you on the radio? 8 o'clock in the evening? No, it was in the morning. Go listen to it right now. Your kids, boy. I tell you, your kids. So funny. Anyway, we're going to take a quick break and we'll be back with more talk today. Stay tuned.
You know, as a little girl, I dreamt of traveling to faraway places and foreign lands. I tell you what, though, no more dreaming. I'm going flying with Cayman Airways. How blessed are we in the Cayman Islands to have a very own national airline? Girl, you can fly to so many international destinations without the hassle of connecting flights. On top of Jamaica, Cuba, and Honduras, you got non-stop flights from Cayman to New York, Miami, Tampa, and even Denver, Los Angeles, Panama, and child, they now have Barbados. Going to be a little cafe con leche and Hollywood Squares for this old gal.
Make your travel dreams come true with Cayman Airways, offering non-stop flights for non-stop adventures in Panama, LA, and many more places in between. For details and to book, call 949-2311, contact a travel agent, or visit CaymanAirways.com.
Discover your dream home with Cayman National's home loan. Get up to 95% financing, repayment up to 40 years, and just a 0.5% commitment fee. Your interest rate? Depending on your risk factors, it'll be fixed or variable. Plus, you get a pre-approved credit card. This is a limited time offer. Dial 949-8300 or email lending@caymannational.com today.
Parents and students are invited to attend the 2023 International Boarding School Fair on Tuesday, November 14th at the Marriott Beach Resort from 7 p.m. to 9 p.m. Registration at www.bettywalker.com. Meet junior and college prep schools across the United States and Canada. Learn firsthand about their academics, curriculum, extracurricular activities, sports and cultural programs, application process, SSAT requirements, and financial aid. For more information, contact Neil Murray at 925-8793 or email l-murray@cnw.ky. The 2023 North American Boarding School Fair, building friendships, building relationships, and building experiences. Tuesday, November 14th at the Marriott Beach Resort from 7 p.m. till 9 p.m.
Freedom, Cayman Brack. Freedom, Little Cayman. Soft breezes, blue waters, no traffic. Unwind and rejuvenate your mind, body, and soul. Sister Island Staycations, a taste of freedom. Discover all that our sister islands have to offer.
The best foundation you can wear is glowing, healthy skin. The offices of dermatologist Dr. Wayne Porter specialize in enhancing your skin's well-being. Whether you're seeking advanced skincare, including any skin cancers, Botox, filler, cosmetic skin enhancements, or simply looking to reduce wrinkles, Dr. Porter offers a full-service dermatology and dermatological surgery practice. For more information, email drporterkman@gmail.com or call 946-9020. That is 946-9020.
It's party season, which means it's pizza boat season. Aren't you tired of the same boring pizza? It's time to party. All aboard the pizza boat. Birthday parties, holiday functions, office luncheons, game nights. Whatever your occasion, bring the fun with Pizza Boat, a Cayman twist to pizza, bringing fusion ingredients from all over the globe to give you locally inspired fresh pizzas all day, every day. What's more, now you can enjoy a boat-shaped pizza with toppings of your choice. It's Pizza Boat in Queens Court on West Bay Road. Open daily from 11 a.m. to 11 p.m. and Fridays until 3 a.m. Pickup or delivery 949-0000 or get it online at www.pizzaboat.ky. Pizza Boat. Experience the ultimate pizza voyage.
Listening to the general public. The Cayman Islands' foremost listeners participation program.
Radio Cayman Talk Today.
Because
there are more questions than answers. Radio Cayman.
Waiting to take your calls right now.
What the public is saying.
And welcome back to Talk Today. Catherine Tyson Sewell, I'm sitting in for Sterling this afternoon. Thank you all so much for joining me. Hope you all are staying dry. I don't know, or sweating. It's one of the two because it's either it's sweltering heat or it's pouring rain. Came on, boy. So you gotta love it. This is home. It is something else. And I wore my turtleneck today because I swear it's November. So it must be autumn. It's fall, okay? So I was glad for the rain then. At least I was not sweating in my little turtleneck. Well, I have some more guests in the studio this afternoon. I'm very happy when I'm joined by guests because I don't have to come up with stuff to talk about. And they're going to do all the talking. So I have Miss Lynette Monteith. Is it? Miss Lynette Monteith, who's the acting chief officer from the Ministry of Education, as well as she's joined by Mr. Jerome McCoy, who's the acting deputy chief officer. And you guys are here to talk about the local TVET grant program. Good afternoon, Miss Lynette. How are you doing?
Good afternoon, Catherine. Thank you for having us here.
Well, thank you for being here. And good afternoon, Mr. Jerome.
Good afternoon, Catherine. Thanks for having us.
I'm not sure if I met you before.
No.
Probably not.
No.
You got to be young if I not met you before because I know everybody. So it's good to meet you. So let's talk about this program. Tell me what it is and just let's get some information about it.
Okay, so Jerome and I will do a little tag team. So I'll introduce and he'll pick up. Would like to just thank the listeners in Radio Land who are listening, and I think you might have some people online as well. So good afternoon to you. So our local TVET grant, and I'm terming it that way because we already have TVET scholarships that are provided through our scholarship unit for individuals who want to go overseas to study TVET. Now, these scholarships are 3-year scholarships. Now, this local TVET grant, we're very excited about because it opens up another area for individuals who want to equip themselves with maybe essential TVET skills or extend the skills that they have already in the field of TVET. And for persons, we term TVET, which is a technical vocational education and training. This grant is primarily aimed at individuals who have completed compulsory education and who has a desire to further extend any TVET qualifications they gained during compulsory education or to start something new, because it might be something that an individual always wanted to do, something in auto mechanic, for example. Right. And they left school and they are in different employment, but they say, okay, I would really love to do that as a career. So this gives those individuals that opportunity. We're really, really excited about that because that has been a gap because these courses are short courses up to 18 months.
Okay.
And it doesn't extend itself to the local scholarships that we have. So an individual can study a computing course, 12 months, 18 months, get a certification, go out into the work world, and then they can extend that to other certifications, even if later on they want to go on to do an associate's or a bachelor's degree. So the beauty with these courses is that they're incremental and they're pathways for those individuals.
Right.
So as I said, we're really, really excited about the courses.
Yeah. It's very exciting. So before we even you do your tag team thing, I'm going to ask you then, where did this come from? Where did the idea of this come from?
So we do have an approved TVET framework, and it was to look at other TVET opportunities. We do have TVET courses in our secondary schools at a level 2. The University College has courses that may pick up from the level 2, but we really didn't have anything for this age group or these individuals that would bridge that gap.
Okay.
So you can imagine someone leaving school, even catering to students who left school without any real qualifications. So it is about giving them that start. It is about helping them to have a better kind of lifestyle.
Right.
So basically, we looked in our TVET framework not only at compulsory, but the out of school population as well. So this is a natural progression in our framework for us to implement courses that we could implement for various individuals to close that gap.
Okay, so another question, in terms of this grant, does this apply to schools overseas as well?
This excuse me. No, this particular grant does not. That overseas schools will have to be taken up by our regular scholarship.
Okay.
Yeah, the regular overseas scholarship.
Because you'll rarely get a short course like this. You may do, but I think that the beauty of it is that it's on island, and it's incremental, so you can continue learning.
Okay, so if someone wanted to find out about, say, TVET courses that might be available, because it works like that, right? That they're able to look at your course, almost like your course offerings, and choose from that. Is that how this will work also?
Well, yes, it will work in consultation with the local private providers. So currently there are 5 registered providers, and I say registered as in because there's a registration process through the Education Council, where the institution would have to provide the courses, the necessary approvals that they have to deliver those courses, and a range of other criteria. And once they've successfully gone through that process, then students that go to their institutions would qualify for these grants. So currently there are 5 that we have out there, and students who want to access training at those 5 institutions, one being Cayman Career Academy, Inspire Cayman Training, Minerva Holdings, Drift Enterprises, and Health City. I have to put a caveat on Health Cities. Health Cities program is a bit different. There's more of an apprenticeship program where they hire the student themselves, so they would pay them while they learn. So students entering that program wouldn't necessarily need this grant.
Okay. So this grant would then just cover the cost of the program. And is it a particular amount that you cover, up to a certain amount?
Yes. For this particular grant, it's up to $15,000 per calendar year.
Okay. So per course then?
Well, it may not be per course because some courses are shorter in nature and less expensive, but the student would have the opportunity then to continue on to another course to further deepen their study.
Okay. Okay. And so what are some of the things that a person that might be interested in something like this, what would they need to do?
Okay. Well, the first point of contact would be through the MOE scholarship portal. That is moescholarship.gov.ky, and you provide more information there, and also reach out to the institution themselves because they would have to be first accepted by the institution into one of their programs.
Okay.
And the institutions, we're working with them to train them to help their students navigate that portal. We try to keep it as simple as possible, but we know that people need assistance, and we're all about making it as easy as possible for students and learners to access this funding.
Okay, so at this point then, there's not like a catalog of particular careers. It's the institutions that you just mentioned. If someone goes there and they see something that they're interested in there, that would be what this scholarship covers?
Yes. And then also, I guess with this, Jerome mentioned being registered. So any other institution that maybe offer other short courses can contact the ministry about how they can register as an educational institution, and then they'd be able to offer their courses. So I do think that as this program develops, you'll have more companies coming on board with different courses. Now we have those who are courses like the computing, like construction, like auto mechanics. Those courses are popular ones, but obviously there could be other courses as well. So I do foresee in the future that we'll have other companies coming on board.
Okay, and they would need to register as what?
Educational institution. So it would depend on your offerings, but the overall term would be an educational institution, because some would be straight TVET, some would be considered post-compulsory, maybe even offering tertiary programming, but we can walk you through the application process at the ministry.
Okay. All right, great. And so at this point then, anyone can approach you.
In terms of accessing the grant?
Yes.
Well, I think to be clear, it's for Caymanians. So being Caymanian is a requirement.
Okay.
So that would come when you apply for the grant. You would have to upload documents attesting to your right to be Caymanian, or right. Sorry, I'm not sure of the term, but right to be Caymanian. We would prefer the acknowledgement letter from WRC. However, we do know that there's a time, I guess, a backlog maybe, and maybe not so timely. So we do, as an interim measure, we're also accepting voter ID. That would help prove that you're a Caymanian.
Okay, because I think there's probably a new thing that when you mentioned the acknowledgement letter, like every Caymanian almost has to get that now.
When you're in certain circumstances, yes. If you're seeking employment, they will ask you for that acknowledgement. If you're getting even another government scholarship, we require that as well.
Mm-hmm. Okay. And you just said that they could do various courses in 1 year as well, because it's up to the amount that they're allowed.
Yeah, the limit is the dollar value, not the amount of courses that you can undertake.
Okay, but your suggestion would be obviously maybe something that the market is in need of as well, right? So this would be for people to be marketable and people to get gainful employment, right?
Yeah.
Yes, definitely.
And that's a part of the institutional registration process. So part of that process is ensuring that the qualification being offered has currency and is aligned to needs of the country.
Okay. Yeah, because the reason I said that is because, there's a lot of online studies. Like I had a young lady talking to me about, she had like 7 of them that she had done online, and she had completed all of these. And I said, well, what are you doing with it? And they're all very different.
Mm-hmm.
Just various areas of study. She says, I have my dental assistant, and I have my child care thing, and I have this. And I'm really questioning, are these real? Because they're so different. And if you're not like capitalizing now on getting a job in that industry, then what would be the sense of just taking the courses for taking the course's sake? See what I mean?
Yes, and in terms of currency, obviously, when the companies register with us, that's one of the areas of due diligence that we do in terms of any accreditation that they have for these courses, because obviously, as you just said, there would have to be some currency for a course and not just taking a course for the sake of taking a course. When you finish and you have that certification, you should be able to go into the market to produce that, and it would be recognized. So we do look at the courses and look at any accreditation, or a lot of our vendors will work in association with other reputable companies.
Right.
So, you can do that due diligence. And you spoke about alignment. This particular initiative aligns with our Cayman Islands government initiative that about promoting lifelong learning, because this is you're finished compulsory school and you're learning even more.
Right.
And as a result, the greater economic mobility for the person and generally for our country. So the more educated persons we have, the better for our Cayman Islands education, economic mobility. So it really aligns as well with that.
Right, for sure. So if companies want to register or register as an educational institution or something, what would they need to do? I know you said to reach out to you, but how would they be able to reach out to you?
Okay. You can reach me. I'll give you my email address. My email address is Jerome, JEROME .mccoy @gov.ky.
Okay.
Yep.
All right. So they just have to reach out to you.
Yep.
Okay. So let's see. What are some of the other things that you'd want people to know about this particular thing?
Well, one other area is that in addition to providing full tuition coverage, you're able to apply throughout the year. For other scholarships, because they're bound by starting times, etc., you can only apply once a year. We're actually looking at that as well. But for this, you can apply any time off during the year. It doesn't have to meet a January start or a September start. So that's one of the beauties of that. And in doing these courses, there's an opportunity for the individuals to network. They will network with other TVET students, and they're offered in quite a few of the courses an apprenticeship.
Okay.
So that would also allow open doors for them in terms of when they're finished, they would have already made those links. And obviously, if they've done well in their apprenticeship, they may be offered a job instead of having to look for a job. So that's another plus for this type of program.
Okay. So now the question is this: if you get 100 or 200 people that are applying for these grants, is that too many?
I would venture to say that's what we want.
Okay. So you're ready. You're ready for the floodgates then.
I would say yes, we're ready, and we're hoping and expecting it.
Okay.
And obviously with a need, we do have a budget.
Yes.
Okay.
But with the need, if the need is great out there, I'm sure that our government would back us if we needed to say, well, we have 200 people who have applied, our budget is X. We would need some help with ensuring that we help these people. And as I mentioned before, it is a plus for the country.
Yeah.
It is a plus for the individuals and their family and their standard of living.
Yeah. I mean, this is awesome. I'm obviously very, very excited about it too, because, I talk a lot about young, people coming out of high school and being at a certain age, and they're not skilled for certain industries. And this would just be a great opportunity for them to just go straight into something and get the skills that they need, and they're able to get a job, because that's the whole point, right? Or at least it's on your way to furthering your education in some way. But it's almost like that middle piece, right? So what are some of your hopes for this program? Like, what are some of your hopes for this grant that it will achieve? Like, what if you had a dream, if you could say this would be my dream for this program and this is the reason we're doing it, what would that dream be? I'll ask both of you that.
Okay. Jerome?
Well, my dream would be that as many, and I'm not going to limit it, every person, every Caymanian, regardless of age, regardless of educational attainment, I feel strongly about TVET, and not to say any particular occupation in TVET, but the way it's taught, with this vocational centered, focusing on hands-on skills. Everybody can always benefit from learning more skills. So my aim and objective is for everybody to learn at least one additional skill, and if it relates to an area of employment, fine. You go and you get employment and you develop in that field of employment. But even for myself, I would like to learn more about plumbing. So that's an area of interest of mine. So if time permits, that's something I would want to do to further develop myself, because I'm a lifelong learner, and that's what I want to see from all of my Caymanians, to be lifelong learners and to always be developing skills.
Okay. What's your background too, by the way, since you want to learn plumbing?
My background is I come from accounting and more leadership and management.
Okay. But plumbing, you want to do that stuff around the house. You don't have to pay anybody for it.
Yes, it's expensive.
Top dollar.
Yeah, it's a lot.
It's expensive, yeah.
Yeah, for sure. What about you?
So for me, we as an educator, and I'm coming from that that viewpoint. We talk about helping our students fulfill their potential. And sometimes our students, when they go to school and they finish secondary school, they haven't quite gotten there for whatever reason.
Right.
And for me, this is an area where persons can hone in, and they might even have thought about that. They might go to one of these courses and just get excited about the possibilities of progressing. So for me, it's a way of everyone, regardless, as Jerome says, regardless of their attainment when they left school, whatever circumstances is in their lives,
right,
having that opportunity to fulfill their potential. And I mentioned before, it is also about building our nation. And when we are building our nation, we're looking at the jobs that right now we may have non-Caymanians in.
Right.
That can be filled by Caymanians. So this will provide that opportunity too. And let's put it, Jerome wants to be a plumber. When I think about
to do plumbing.
when I think about how much we pay to our plumbers, our electricians,
10 minutes later, they're done.
So this is X amount for 1 hour, and it was an hour and a half, but maybe it was 2, and maybe not, but really commendable. So it's an opportunity for everyone,
right?
Not one type of person. It's for everyone to be able to fulfill that, and that is what my motivation is.
I love this. I absolutely love it, because I always say, not everybody is headed towards a highly academic field. And I can say this, when I finished high school many moons ago, I actually came out of school with 2 passes, drama and English, and nothing else. And I remember I went to the U.S. very early on, and I couldn't get into college regularly because I only had these 2 passes. I hadn't even thought about it. And I went to a technical school to do phlebotomy. So I thought, you know what? I'm going to just do a little 6-month course, and then I can go work somewhere. And I think it was paying like $12 an hour those days, which was a lot those days. And so I was very excited that I could do something even though I didn't have all of these passes and college, whatever. And there was a part of me that did not feel like I could do university. And I started in this technical school. And of course, they started to add tiers. So at some point, it was 18 months that I would have had to be there to be a sonographer or something like that. And about 2 months in, I was like, no, I don't want to do this. This is crazy, because they just kept adding stuff. And I was getting A's on all of my exams. So who I thought I was actually wasn't who I really was. So I didn't think I was that smart. But these A's kind of said, maybe you're not so, maybe you're not as not smart as you think. And then I started to look at what I wanted to do in my life. And we went to like Miami-Dade Community College, and we looked up the sonography course, and it would have been cheaper than the TVET, for instance, right? And I said, well, why am I doing that? Why don't I just do what I want? And then I did psychology, and then I did social work. So the point is, going from that to today having my master's degree there's a journey. So I love the fact that you're giving the opportunity to young people who think they did nothing, right? Because they might feel like, I don't have all these passes. I can't go to college. What am I going to do with my life? You never know where that road will lead you, but this is somewhere, and this is something for everyone. Am I correct?
Yeah, you hit the nail on the head.
Yes. So I love that.
It can build people's confidence, and who, like you say, it's a journey. You never know what path you're going to take and where you're going to end up, but as long as you stay on the journey, you'll get there.
Yeah, absolutely. So I'm very excited. So anyone who's interested in this, and if you have a young person that's graduated high school or graduating, and they're kind of like not knowing where they're going or what they're doing, this can be an opportunity for them.
They've graduated 5 years ago.
Many years, yeah.
Yeah, and Catherine, for some people, I'm just going to term it, some people are like late bloomers. So some people know from the time they're 5, they want to be a teacher, they want to be an accountant, and they start doing things with that.
Right.
Some persons are not sure what they want to do.
Right.
And like yourself, your example that you gave, you had to try different things.
Right.
So here is an opportunity for a young person or a person mature to try things and see what is the best fit for them.
Right.
And that's the beauty of it. And it's not that we are saying a person should just do this, then they move over there, and then they move somewhere else. But you have an opportunity. You have an idea, you have an interest, and you have an opportunity to, explore that.
Yeah.
To see where it leads.
And I think with this too, like canvassing our job market right now also, like just almost like analyzing a little bit and seeing some of the things that you might like to do and what's out there. And like you said earlier, how many Caymanians might be in those fields. So if you're a Caymanian and you like this particular field and that field doesn't have a lot of Caymanians, that could be an opportunity for you to gain the skills that you need, right? To get, to do the studies and be qualified so that you can actually get into that area.
And not just work for someone, you can own your own business
Absolutely.
eventually. So, the sky's the limit in terms of where you can go with any of these courses.
Absolutely. I love it. It is something, and I want to tell you, Miss Monteith, you and I know each other for a long time, but what you don't remember, and Troy, I'm going to tell you this, you were one of the head of year for my daughter, Caitlin, and you were so amazing. And I will never forget how amazing you were to me as a mother of this child. And I would always remember that. So anytime I see your picture anywhere, or, I know you're doing something, I know you're doing it for the love of these children and for the love of young people. And it just swells my heart. So I'm very excited about this because Miss Monteith is my girl.
She keeps us really focused and centered.
Listen.
The question is, what is best for the student?
Absolutely.
She keeps coming back to that. So
yeah, and she's been doing that forever. Okay, this is her thing, and I love this. So let people know how they can reach out to you before we go, or you guys are welcome to stay on. If we've covered it, we're good. But you can just let them know if they're interested.
So before we get to how they can get, I'm just going to remind our listeners that any Caymanian can apply for this grant. They may fall in one of these 3 categories. They may be employed in an industry related to a TVET program, and they are applying to improve their skills as they work in there. They may be employed in an industry that is unrelated to TVET, and they are looking to change their focus and get into something new. Or they may be unemployed right now and seeking employment, and participating in these courses and having some certification will allow them to get employment. So just reminding persons that it isn't for any one group of persons. And Jerome, how can they apply?
Okay, so just wanted to say thank you again for having us on. I just wanted to remind everybody, so the application can be found at moescholarship.gov.ky. And anybody can just go on. I think you have to register with the CIG's overall. I can't remember the program, but there's a portal you need to register with. But it's both simple processes. moescholarship.gov.ky. That'll give you full access to the requirements. And I think let's run you through some of the requirements. We try to keep it as simple as possible. Okay. We're going to require a full face photo, a document conferring the right to be Caymanian, your birth certificate, the acceptance letter from the institution, a personal statement stating why you're interested and what you plan to do with the upon completion of the TVET program, and a personal reference. Once submitted, will be reviewed by the Secretariat and put before a ministerial committee, and the decision will be sent directly to you and the institution. So we try to keep it as simple as possible.
All right. And if they needed any help, they could get some help too, right?
Yes,
just
we're here
remember
for that.
it's available all year round. So if you don't get in now, you can apply in January if something comes up and you've investigated and you'd like to do that.
Right. So there's no time frame.
Right.
Okay, that's great. Thank you all so much for joining me this afternoon, Miss Lynette Monteith. I know people call you Lynette all day long.
And I answer.
Yes,
yeah.
exactly. I was this year old today year old when I knew it was a TH at the end. Ms. Lynette Monteith, Acting Chief Officer, as well as Mr. Jerome McCoy, who is Acting Deputy Chief Officer, talking about the local TVET grant program. And it's very accessible. Obviously, jerome.mccoy@gov.ky. People can reach out to you too and find out.
Yep. Thank you
if they
very
had any
much
questions.
for having us, Catherine.
Well,
We're
thank
very
you.
Delighted to be here.
Thank you for what you all are doing for our young people and, for our Cayman community overall, for sure. Thank you. And nice meeting you. I think I know who you are now.
Yeah?
Yes.
Don't tell nobody.
People are going to know right away. They meet you. We'll be back with more talk today. Stay tuned.
Today's biggest news.
Radio Cayman. Your voice, your choice. Local, regional, international. This is headlines from Radio Cayman's newsroom.
Today's biggest news. With your latest headlines, I'm Felicia Rankin-Solins. Customs and Border Control Service would like to advise the public that they are hosting another public auction on undeclared and seized goods. Various categories of goods will be auctioned from 1 p.m. to 5 p.m. on Saturday, November 11th in the parking lot of CBC headquarters located at 42 Owen Roberts Drive, Georgetown. In international news, a foundation has been set up in the name of late actor Matthew Perry to help those struggling with addiction. Perry, who was best known for playing Chandler in TV sitcom Friends, died on Saturday at the age of 54. The star battled addictions to alcohol and drugs for much of his life. A statement from the Matthew Perry Foundation said it was the realization of Matthew's enduring commitment to helping others struggling with the disease of addiction. An Australian woman charged with murdering 3 people in a suspected mushroom poisoning case is also accused of trying to murder her ex-partner on 4 occasions, court documents say. 49-year-old Erin Patterson was charged with 3 counts of murder and 5 of attempted murder on Thursday. The murder charges relate to a family lunch she hosted in July at her home in the town of Victoria. Ms. Patterson continues to maintain her innocence. She appeared briefly in court on Friday, where her case was adjourned until May 3rd to give prosecutors time to analyze computer equipment seized from her home during a police search. She did not apply for bail. These are your headlines. I'm Felicia Rankin-Solins. Today's biggest news.
Radio Cayman. Your voice, your choice. Local, regional, international. This is headlines from Radio Cayman's newsroom.
Today's biggest news.
Find your dream car with a Cayman National Vehicle Loan. Enjoy 100% financing, up to 8-year repayment, and a 7% fixed interest rate for the first 5 years. For eco-friendly cars, we'll waive your commitment fee. This only applies to new vehicles until December 31st, 2023. Call 949-8300 or email lending@caymannational.com today.
Cayman Islands, clear your calendars because something extraordinary is coming your way. Ignite the Fire, hosted by Christ for All Nations, is roaring into the Lions Center from November 29th to December 3rd. Join us for an epic worship and gospel event, a monumental move of God that will transform lives and reveal destinies. Don't miss this 5-night, once-in-a-generation experience. Be a part of history in the making. Ignite the Fire, Cayman. Mark your date. November 29th to December 3rd at 6:30 p.m. nightly, and get ready for an unforgettable spiritual journey that will set your heart ablaze. Cayman and you will never be the same again.
Listen to the general public.
Your thoughts are just a telephone call away. 1-800-534-8255.
What the public is saying.
Let your voice be heard. And now,
Radio Cayman's Talk Today.
And welcome back to Talk Today. Catherine Tyson Sewell, your guest host this afternoon, sitting in for Sterling. And a busy day in the studio. I mean, one person after the other, and then I'm by myself. And then I got about 4 people. I mean, it's like the sun and the rain outside. It's so interesting. But I hope you guys are getting some really good information. Don't forget tomorrow, November, November the 4th? Is it tomorrow? November the 4th? Yeah. And it is going to be the Diabetes Health Screen from 10 to 2. A.L. Thompson, costs you less. That's being sponsored by Rotary Central. So go out and get your free health screen for diabetes, because it is it's Diabetes Awareness Month, and World Diabetes Day is on November the 14th. So lots of stuff happening there. In the studio, I am joined, though. Let me see. I think I'm going to let you introduce yourself, because I can't find any information about you right now. No. So go ahead. Introduce
my
yourself.
name is Dave, and I work at the Cayman Islands Cancer Society.
Hi, Dave.
Hi, nice to see you again.
Dave, what's your last name?
O'Driscoll.
Tell the people. They need
Sorry.
to know.
Yes. No, it's not. I don't have much of a following anyway, so I probably should.
Dave O'Driscoll.
Dave O'Driscoll.
And
yeah,
you
Irish.
are, yes, right. And you are from the Cayman Islands Cancer Society. You are the program. What is your title there?
I am head of operations.
Okay, so like head bottle washer and what do they call it? Head cook and bottle washer?
Yeah, hey, well, I was told years ago by one of my first bosses, everybody is a bottle boy.
Okay.
Even though you might have extra responsibilities, you might also be a bartender and a supervisor and a
gotta
manager,
do it all.
but you're still a bottle boy. So you pick up those bottles if they're empty.
You better know. You better know how to do it too,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
Now we're here to talk about a couple of things. Tomorrow you got some stuff happening. I know you at the Cayman Islands Cancer Society. You're involved with so many things. I noticed today you look different than the last time I saw you. You don't have a mustache.
I don't have a mustache, no. Movember has kicked off, which is the campaign run every year to raise awareness for men's health, be it prostate cancer, colon cancer, testicular cancer, and even men's mental health. So we had a great turnout on Wednesday night at door number 4, where the barbers at Studio 54 shaved the faces off every brave Mobro who signed up for the month. I was one of them, obviously. So I'm feeling very fresh-faced and vulnerable.
I was going to say naked, a little naked. Your mouth is a little naked here. Okay, and that was to aid in the fight against cancer. Yeah.
Yes, it is. All money's raised by Movember, by all the Mobros who get themselves sponsored by friends and family and work colleagues, and also by all the events that go on throughout the month. All that money goes straight to the Cayman Islands Cancer Society, stays on island, and you know what the Cayman Islands Cancer Society does by now, surely,
Right,
but I
right.
will remind you anyway.
Please
yes,
do.
we provide support to any eligible cancer patient on this island. It can be financial support, it can be wellness support. We also provide home medical equipment, and we give educational presentations and classes on ways through early detection of cancer and to be a better and healthier self to avoid cancer in the first place.
Very good. And this month of November is all about men's cancer.
It is. Now, we just had October Breast Cancer Awareness Month, and the women are great at knowing their bodies and checking themselves,
Right.
and staying on top of their screening schedules. Men, not so much.
Right.
Not so much. And every year we hope that they would learn a thing or two by the end of the month of October and show us in November how good they are.
Right.
But it's always a struggle to get your man to check himself, to get your bros and your brothers to check themselves.
Right.
So that is why we do this, and that is why you will see us out there and everywhere for the whole month of November. We will have a fantastic info night at the Lion Centre on the 16th, where we will be providing free PSA testing, that is testing for prostate cancer, from 6 p.m. until probably 9 p.m. that night at the Lion Centre. We will have doctors giving presentations and Q&As, so if you want to get in the know and grow your mo, get on down there.
Yeah, and as Jennifer Weber would say, you go for the talk, you stay for the chicken wings.
Chicken wings everywhere, I promise. Yep.
Well, we can't keep promising chicken wings, and there's not.
I know. They're not in moderation. I
Yeah,
guess.
but it's so funny that you would say that, because funny enough, I had to go to the doctor. I think, I don't know if it was this week or last week. And my husband was like, doctor again? And I'm like, there are different doctors for different things. Like, but men are kind of like, you went to the doctor already. It's like, yeah, but your body has all sorts of different things happening. And so you might go to the doctor today about your eye, but it's not the same doctor that's going to look at your foot.
This is
you know
true.
what I mean?
Yes.
So I think that's interesting because women are like, yeah, we're going to go check ourselves out.
Yeah. For the sake of, for the fear of getting beaten up now, it's almost like when a woman would bring her car for a service,
right?
And it might just be an oil service, and so she thinks that's it. It's been serviced. No, the transmission has not been serviced. The AC has not been serviced. The brakes have not been serviced.
There. Yes,
so in the same way,
a man
will go to a doctor.
Well, they need to speak different languages to us then, because if we hear service, that sounds like everything is sorted.
Yeah, and men feel the exact same way when it comes to getting a checkup by the doctor.
All right.
Yeah.
So, but cars can, shut down on the side of the road, and we get out and hitch a ride and keep it moving. But the body, if that shuts down on the side of the road,
no, it's no quick fix then. Yeah, unfortunately,
exactly.
So yeah, there is, and it's nothing to be scared of. Just because you're getting checked, you're getting screened, they're not going to find anything. What they're going to find is a value. And that value then can be recorded, and if you continue your screening schedule, then the doctors will know very early if they see any spike at all in these different values that they record, for prostate cancer especially, that they can stop it before it even gets to anywhere serious at all, before there's surgery needed or radiotherapy or chemotherapy, anything like that.
Right.
Yeah, they can sort it very quickly.
Exactly.
But it's up to you to start this screening schedule.
So in the event that they find something, you're still going to be in a better position, because a lot of people don't want to know.
Prostate cancer is almost completely avoidable.
Yeah.
Yeah. If you can please start getting yourself screened regularly before or by the time you turn 40, and then you will stand a huge chance of never having to suffer from prostate cancer, which is the biggest cancer killer amongst men.
All right, but we're going to take a break in a couple of minutes. So before we take the break, though, let's talk about the 50-50 raffle, because I want to talk about the other thing and the other half, because we have BRAC listeners, and this is about the BRAC.
Yes.
So let's talk about your 50-50 raffle.
Okay.
Tell us a little about that.
There, as I mentioned, Movember has lots of different events going on throughout the month, but we do have a new initiative this year, which is a 50-50 raffle. So we'll be selling tickets at every event. If you go to movember.ky, you will find the events list there. And we also have what we like to call flag days at various grocery stores and supermarkets. Tomorrow, our boys and girls will be at Costules from 10 o'clock to 5 o'clock selling these 50-50 raffle tickets. They cost $50. There's a limit of only 1,000 to be sold. And the grand prize is $20,000.
Wow.
Huge. There's also prizes for second and third place. And again, every single penny goes straight to the Cayman Islands Cancer Society.
Nice.
Yeah. So if you have a 1 in 1,000 chance of winning $20,000 for only $50, it's a no-brainer.
Yeah. So $50. So think of it like this. When someone might think, I got $50. That's a lot of money. It's $50 that you're actually donating.
You're still donating, exactly.
So if you
don't feel selfish and don't feel like you're throwing it away, because $50 will more than pay for a PSA test for a Caymanian man who cannot afford it himself.
Right. So if you would do that, if you would donate $50 for something, then just try your luck.
Yes.
At a 50-50 raffle.
That's it, yeah. It's not a 50-50 chance. The 50-50 means
1 in 1,000.
that of the money raised, 50 goes to charity, and then you get the other 50 as a prize. Yeah.
1 in 1,000. It's not a bad.
1 in 1,000 is still pretty good odds.
I like it. Yeah. I like it, and especially just knowing that I'm helping a cause. Yeah. That'd be awesome. Are we going to take a break?
You can also buy the tickets online as well. Movember.ky.
All right, Movember.ky. Just go on to Movember.ky to find out about it. I like it. This is great. And you have a 1 in 1,000 chance. The odds are good.
You're selling it to yourself right now.
I
can
am.
see.
No, I'm convincing myself.
I have some tickets here.
I would definitely tomorrow. But definitely, I'd be willing to give somebody $50 in order to help them with something. So why not? That'd be cool. And if I have a chance to win, that's the only way to look at stuff like that, especially if it's $50. But definitely, you guys do a lot of great things over at the Cayman Islands Cancer Society. I am here with Mr. Dave O'Driscoll. And we're talking about things happening at the Cayman Islands Cancer Society. We're going to take a quick break, but we'll be back with more. And for the Brackers, we got something special for you. So, Cayman Brack, we haven't forgotten about you. So we'll be talking to you guys as soon as we get back. We'll be back with more.
They say variety is the spice of life. And that's why at Subway, we're introducing the new Boneless Hot Sub. Say what? The premium sub brings new ingredients like spicy breaded boneless chicken, French's crispy fried onions, and buffalo wing sauce, bringing a zesty and flavorful experience with every bite. Add some of your favorite veggies, cheese, and ranch sauce of your choice of freshly baked bread for the ultimate boneless hot sub. For a little spice in your life, try the new boneless hot sub from Subway.
So good and tasty.
And make it a meal with a drink and chips or cookies. Subway. Eat fresh.
At Doctors Hospital, we know life happens, and usually when you least expect it. So when unexpected medical issues arise, you need quality care close to home. Located in the heart of Georgetown, our accomplished team of physicians and medical staff treat minor urgent conditions such as migraines, chest and abdominal pain, shortness of breath, burns, broken bones, open wounds, and more. 24 hours, 7 days a week with no appointment necessary. Peace of mind is important when life happens. At Doctors Hospital, we're always here just for you. Need to speak to someone? Call 949-6066.
The pirates are coming! The pirates are coming!
But where they going?
Starting November 3rd, put on your eye patches, coats, and sashes to go overboard with 40 events across all 3 islands for families to enjoy this Pirates Week.
Ahoy, mate!
Aye, aye, Captain. Fireworks, food, dance, and music. Visit Pirates Fest Cayman online or on social to view our calendar of events. Sponsored by Cayman Airways, CDG, CEL, and CUC.
Listen to the general public.
The Cayman Islands' foremost listeners participation program.
Radio Cayman Talk Today.
Because
There are more questions than answers.
Radio Cayman waiting to take your calls right now.
What the public is saying.
And welcome back to Talk Today. Catherine Tyson Sewell. I'm sitting in for Sterling this afternoon. I am on the home stretch. Literally, I can see the finish line. And I will be released from this chair and able to get some lunch. That'll be awesome. Yeah. But before that, I'm still here talking to Mr. Dave O'Driscoll, who's the operations manager at the Cayman Islands Cancer Society. And as we promised, there's something for the Cayman Brack tomorrow. Tell us about that, Dave.
Yes, all you Brackers and Littlers, we have a lot of things going on tomorrow. The Cayman Islands Cancer Society crew are boarding the plane later today, and we're heading off to host the 2023 Cayman Brack Stride Against Cancer. That's happening at 7 a.m. in the morning, leaving from the Alexander Hotel. Registration starts at 6:30. We do have T-shirts available this year, and they are actually limited edition Cayman Brack Stride T-shirts. They're very cool looking, so please come down early and get your hands on them while they're still available. Straight after that, we're going into a free health fair at the Alexander Hotel conference room. You'll get free health checks. There'll be lots of doctors giving presentations, and we'll also have raffles and giveaways. You can get your free screenings if you are eligible, which is a great way of, as I was saying earlier, to start your screening schedule if you haven't already.
There you go. I think that's going to be a great turnout, because one thing I know about the BRAC, if I can remember correctly, I have to take a trip again because I haven't in a while. They're very supportive of everything.
They are. They're a great community. Yeah, before I had my daughter, I used to go over there quite often to go rock climbing. They have a great little rock climbing community there. Nice. And it is so much fun. It's got some of the best rock climbing in the world. So I'm told, because I only started here, but yeah. I believe them. And yes, it is an awesome little community, and I really feel very welcome there, and I always miss leaving. So I will be bringing my climbing gear this weekend, but I don't know if I'll have any time.
So you're going to stay for the weekend?
Yes, of course. Yeah, bring it in.
And you how old's your daughter now?
She is 18 months.
Oh, she's just a little baby.
She is. Yeah, but my wife and daughter, they're coming out tomorrow after we finish the health fair, so we'll get to enjoy the island a little bit.
Okay. Oh, that's good.
Yeah. Oh, for
so
sure.
they just have to sign up tomorrow morning at 6:30 registration. If they haven't signed, if they want to sign up right now, what can they do?
They would have to contact our representatives in Caymanbrack. That would be Miss Maureen Connolly, and I'm sure they're very aware.
Okay.
They can also ring us at 949-7618, and we can pass on the details and make sure to reserve them a spot.
All right. Yeah. And you have something tomorrow night happening as well?
Yes, we do. First of all, I would like to say a big shout out and big thank you to our major sponsor, DART, and our supporting sponsor, Health City Cayman Islands. All these events, they do cost money to put on, and we're so glad and so happy that DART and Health City are always happy to step up and support us.
Yeah, and there will be refreshments after the walk tomorrow, as well as the free health fair.
Oh yes, there will be refreshments, there will be energy, protein bars, all the good stuff. So you will be well fed and well hydrated throughout the walk and throughout the health fair.
All right, cool. So what's happening tomorrow night?
Then tomorrow night we will have the Cancer Thrivers Dinner of the people of Caymanbrack and Little Cayman. And that is at the Aston Rotary Central in Caymanbrack at 6:30. If you are a cancer survivor, you have been notified, and we hope to see you there to have a lovely evening. And we will have some nice presentations and remarks as well from our sponsors, Health City.
Yeah, and your theme, Together We Are Stronger.
Yes, the three islands together we are stronger. Not just us, the Cayman Islands Cancer Society, but also the Breast Cancer Foundation and many other charities who love to get involved together in these events. Together we are stronger. We all have a great following, but together we are a village.
Absolutely, and we can't do it without each other.
No, we cannot. And we make sure that they help us doing our events, and we're always there to help them doing their events.
Yeah,
and it's great. It creates a lovely bond. And it really helps networking in the community.
Absolutely. So tomorrow there will be a Grand Cayman coalition that will be in the Brack.
Yes.
How many?
There are 10 coming from the Cayman Islands Cancer Society. There are 3 coming from the Breast Cancer Foundation, and then we also have representatives coming from Health City, and we have another couple of surprise doctors as well to give presentations at the health fair.
Nice.
Yes.
Well, that's going to be great. So look out, Caymanbrack. You're going to have a lot of people from Grand Cayman that will be there tomorrow for the Stride Against Cancer. It's going to start at 7 a.m. Registration's at 6:30, and you're going to be striding all the way to Channel Wharf Road and back. Susan, you know where Channel Wharf Road is, right? Oh, you forgot things in the Brack. Susan's from the Brack.
All right, okay, yes, gotcha.
Yes.
Yeah,
so
the health fair
stuff.
Then it starts straight after it, so probably around 8 o'clock, 8:15. But don't worry, we'll wait for everybody.
Okay.
And yeah, so if you don't want to do the stride, you can still come to the health fair. Obviously, yes. We want to see everybody there. We want to give everybody health checks. We want everybody to hear what we have to say, what the doctors have to say, and hopefully everybody wins a prize. We've got some cool prizes, including, I think, the top prize of the day. I have to remember now if it's going at the dinner or at the health fair, but it is a brand new laptop, compliments of Flow.
Oh, nice. That's nice. So lots of there'll be raffles and giveaways, doctors' presentations, and free health checks.
Yes.
And refreshments.
Also. Yes.
And you can get your cool T-shirt, but if you don't get a T-shirt, you can still walk.
Yes, absolutely. Yeah, you don't have to purchase a T-shirt, but this is, like I said, it's limited supply. This is a one-time only Cayman Brack Stride t-shirt. I'm very proud of it. I'm going to make sure that I'm going to purchase one myself as well.
Yeah, of course. So and it's starting at the Alexander Hotel.
Yes.
Yeah, so that's going to be awesome. I know you guys are going to have a great time. I love the Brack. The Brack is so amazing. The Brack, reminds the Big Island. We're from the Big Island,
Yeah,
Grand Cayman.
Grand.
So it reminds us of Grand Cayman 20 years ago.
That's what people are starting to say now.
Yeah, and I think it's not 20 now because I've been saying 20 for a while. So it's probably 30 years ago.
That's true.
Yeah,
I
definitely.
got here 17 years ago. And I remember it was that, like, if I left then and then came back now, it'd be hard for me to recognize it.
Yeah.
But even then, when I got here, people were already talking about the massive change. The Ritz was open for about 2 years, I think.
Yeah.
They were the bypass of the West Bay was still just a dirt road.
Right.
That closed at 6 o'clock.
Of course.
Yeah. Unless or you could keep your lights off and keep driving, and no one would see you.
Yeah.
I didn't do that.
I don't even know about that.
No, not
Do you
at
know
all.
something I don't know? Actually, I wasn't on no dirt road that was closed and lights off. So you live on the edge, Dave.
I used to, but I've calmed down. I promise.
These Irish guys that come in here 17 years ago on dirt roads. Very interesting. We're glad to have you, though. 17 years you've been in Cayman and over there at the Cayman Islands Cancer Society. You've been there how long now?
I only started my role as operations manager this year, but I have been working with them for several years.
Okay. Yeah. And so this is a great, great organization that you're involved with. And if anyone needs support, they just have to reach out to you guys. Anyone with cancer or family members that that might be advocating for a person that has cancer in their family.
Yes, please. Obviously, we're always here to help in any way we can. You can email us info@cics.ky or give us a call or even pop in. We are on Maple Road, just next to the Georgetown HSA Hospital. So as you enter the hospital, just keep to the right. Don't go into the car park. And then you'll see our offices right there. We're there every day, Monday to Friday.
Yeah.
Check in if you have worries. If you have some dubious diagnosis that you've had, then come in, let us know, and we can talk about what support we can give you. We offer financial aid to eligible patients, but we also have a very extensive wellness program that we are launching. And that is included and extends to cancer patients who may not need our help financially, and also to their family, their children, their minders, their caregivers, because everybody involved in that journey needs the support, be it through counselling or therapy or maybe just peer group activities like art or music. We try to cater for everything.
That's awesome.
Thank you.
So I want to ask you, are you the first man that's been in charge of the Cayman?
I've been asked that question a few times now, and there was a male operations manager a good few years ago.
Okay.
Yeah. But I can tell you, I'm definitely the only man in the office at the moment.
Surrounded by women.
Yeah. But that's fine. I like it that way.
I like it because not only women have cancer also, so it's kind of good to. You know what I mean? Because I think sometimes, like we were talking about with men, not versus women and the doctor visits and stuff. It's good to kind of normalize anything, right? Like anything, it can happen to anyone, right? So it doesn't have a gender or a race.
Yes. The divide is definitely lessening as the years go by, which is great. But the ladies in the office with me are very, very experienced. And in the ways of cancer patient support, and they help me and I help them with the knowledge that I have, and I think it's great to have a viewpoint, both male and female as well.
Absolutely,
we can learn a lot from each other, and that's in any industry really.
Yep, for sure. Enjoy the Stride Against Cancer. Cayman Brack people, please go out and support it. There's a health fair tomorrow. It's free. And you can get your health checks. There'll be raffles and giveaways, and it's just something to support the community as well, and to support the Cayman Islands Cancer Society, because all monies go towards that.
Yes, and it's going to be a good day out.
And your raffle, when are you doing the raffle?
So the raffle
Inquiry
winners.
minds want to know when we buy our $50 ticket.
Yeah, your $50 ticket for the 50-50 raffle, where grand prize of $20,000. The winner will be announced on the 1st of December, which is the closing ceremony for Movember. That will be happening at the Hive. We'll have a big celebration night where we'll be crowning the man of Movember, the man with the best mustache.
Okay.
We'll be having live music, lots of raffle prizes, including the main one itself, announcing the winner of this.
What about if we're not there?
That's
and we
fine.
win.
For the 50-50 raffle, if you're not there, we will already have your details. We'll have your phone number and your email address from when you purchase a ticket, and you will be contacted, I promise.
I think I will buy a ticket today.
Atta girl. See, it took a couple of minutes. I got you.
Thank you, Dave O'Driscoll, the operations manager at Cayman Islands Cancer Society. Thanks for joining us this afternoon and Talk Today. And, enjoy the BRAC.
Thank you very much. Maybe next time you can come with us.
Yeah, maybe. If I don't hear about it the day before.
You're right. I'll take that.
Yeah, appreciate that, though. You guys have been listening to Talk Today. We're done. We're at the end. We're at the end of our rope. I see
lunchtime.
I see Susan just wiping the sweat from her brow. It's over. It's over. Thank you all so much for joining me this afternoon. It's Friday though, so have a great weekend. Be safe out there in those streets. Oh, and if you're doing nothing at 6:00 this evening, listen to the CTS Wind Down Show. That's on out of the channel. Bobo. Okay, I'll just say Bobo. Miss Susan said, "Go ahead and say it." Bobo 89.1. And I think Mr. Dave might be on there with me this evening. I might take him over there. So just listen up. There's lots of things going on. Take care and have a great weekend. And we'll talk again on Monday.
Talk Today is brought to you by Subway, open 24 hours in Countryside, Anderson Square in Georgetown, and Centennial Towers in West Bay. And by the Ministry of District Administration. Explore your history, explore your land, explore your sister islands. And Cayman Airways. Call them on 949-2311 to book your nonstop flights to Los Angeles and Panama. And now, Barbados. And Digicel, Cayman's bigger, better network.
Radio Cayman.
The voice.
The heart. The soul of the Cayman.